Hey, my name's John T. Wright. This is how it is. I came out here, I've had a pretty wonderful day, getting past everything, working through things. I'm trying to work through things all the time, what I'm perceiving and what I am seeing. And, I met a guy down here earlier, and we had a talk conversation down here, and he's a black gentleman, a friend of mine. I met him a while back. I'd consider this guy a friend to the very end. And you know what? We got talking, and he knew my Uncle Ted. He knew the Shawsaw. He's been down there, and I told him about the fight with my Aunt Pat and what happened to her fighting down through the yard. And I threw her in that pond, and then she got out, she did her thing, and she ended up in the trough. She got injured. She put in the hospital over that, attacking me, doing her little karate thing down the thing, and I finally threw her in the water, and is this over? Is this over? You give up. And she gave up, and then she said round two, and she hit me right between the eyes, and all that I remember is I kicked her about where the ribs are, and I probably broke her ribs right there. And then I picked Pat up, and I goddamn remember her going over. And the next thing I knew, I had jumped on top of her chest with my knee, and I grabbed her by the head, and I was going like this, saying, "Now, do you give up? Do you give up?" And nobody would stop me after she hit me and all that through the yard and stuff. I mean, Jesus Christ, nobody knew why she even started this. And it was because my brother took a pitchfork and pitchforked a fish, and I fished it out of the pond, and I worked it up around the house, and I got it in the back of my car. My brother Jim went and told them what was happening. Then my aunt grabbed me by the shorts and just started a fight through the yard and stuff. And I'll tell you, it probably, I was all the way down there. I was going, "Hey, don't do this. You're going to get hurt," like this, trying to, she's a karate wife. And I've placed this on the YouTube earlier thing. But anyway, he used to work for my Uncle Ted and doing stuff for my Uncle Ted, and I told him about right here, this here area right here where I'm at. This is the, where the Sharia woman comes, and she goes down here in this area, and right here is where this bird came in, right here. I'm standing right up here praying, and while the Sharia woman is, and that bird come in right here, right there, and then after a while it came in there. When I go, "You're not scared of me," I'm saying a prayer, and I said, "You're not scared of me." The bird comes in, sits right there, and then that bird, after it was all over, just goes down into the water like it's going for a fish or something. It never comes back up. I waited here 10 minutes, and then I walked over there by that place where the hearts and stuff are, where I made for this woman, and I think I know what her name is, but I don't want to say it wrong, so I'm not going to. And look at this ocean front here. My camera's right here. You can see my camera, and you can see me, all that shit. This is what it's like behind the scenes of the DBC's BS. And look at that boat out there. Look at that nice little sailboat. They just park them out here, and people don't bother them. Geez, I think I'll buy me a sailboat and put a sailboat out here along the water and stay in at half time and go fishing and stuff, and hop in my motorhome and get a place up here where I'm gonna get a place. I mean, Jesus, it's really a nice place to be. But Beacon Rock is up over that way, upriver, and it's just over there. I mean, you can see Beacon Rock. It's not that far from here. I mean, it's not really that far. And there's affordable housing over there. I mean, compared to over here, there's affordable housing over there, and that is one of the main reasons why I'd move up towards Stevenson. And also, I won that big court case up there where everybody in the room got off on that ticket for, that Rooster Rock over there. And by the way, at the top of Rooster Rock, these women are telling me about the Rooster Rock and what goes on up there, because they want me to take them up there to Rooster Rock. And show him a good time. I'm sure that's what it's about by the way of this language is, and the smile about on the face of this. I don't think I would have a problem getting a little extra friendship, but I'm waiting for the good girl here, the Sharia girl. I mean, hey, I've gone this far, I might as well see how this goes. She showed up this morning, you know, walking past my motorhome. I think she is shaking her breast a little bit too, to be honest with you. I see that little shake in her walk. I seen her pant legs and stuff. I know what she wears. I know what kind of clothes she wears. I know what kind of material it was because I'm just that way. And I could tell how old she was too. She's mid-30s, I would say. 35 up, down, or up 3 one way or the other. I don't think she's in real bad shape, you know. I think I could have done worse. I think I could have done better. But I think she'd be just fine. And, you know, if the Holy Father allowed this one to happen, boy, that put a smile on his face and my face. See? How's that? Now, are we having fun yet? Because I'll tell you what, I talked to this here guy, and I told him, you know, when I talk to preachers, I blow them away. And you know what? I talked to him, and we're sitting down there, and I said something, I quoted something. We started talking. I said, I quoted something, and he goes, "That was pretty good. That's out of Jeremiah." Something. And I go, and then over here, you know, he said something else, and I said something else, you know, and he goes, "That was pretty good." He goes, "I think you were only one word off, but, you know," he says, "you were so close." He says, "Who would know?" You know, either way. And I said, you know, it's like, you know, if somebody wants to play Stump the Johnny, they're going to have a bad time, because I don't even need to read the book to know that book. You know, that's the problem with other people that want to test me and think they're such a smart ass. Oh, you see that tree right over there? That's the tree I hid behind during the epicenter of that big storm and stuff. And I kid you not, back in 2014, you know, this whole dock got goddamn ripped up, and they had to replace it, and they never replaced it till 5 years after the fact. You know, this reminds me of Danny Kostick's bowling alley. You know,